Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Ashland Tonight News. Today is Thursday, February 19th, and here's a look at today's top stories.
Ashland University Athletic Department is having a garage sale. Find out how you can get in on the good sales when we return.
If you have a business idea but don't know what to do with it, we've got the answers. Stay tuned to hear more.
And it has now been a month since Barack Obama was sworn in as president. Find out what changes you can expect to see when we return. I'm Laura Roberts.
And I'm Molly Fradiani. It's all coming up next, only on Ashland Tonight News. Stay tuned.
For all of you die-hard Eagle fans out there, there is a way you can buy gear straight from your favorite team. The Ashland University Athletic Department is having a garage sale on sports team clothing. T-shirts, shoes, hats, shorts, and more are available and all up for grabs. The sale began on Wednesday and is being held in Case Gymnasium. With all the budget cuts, the athletic department thought that this would be a good way to earn some extra cash. The sale will continue tomorrow until 4 p.m.
AU's College of Education is receiving applause for their recent success. Education students who took the Praxis 2 test during the 2007-2008 academic year recently received a 100% passage rate. A total of 414 students took the education test, all of which were given their initial teaching license for the state of Ohio. During the Praxis test, students were questioned on their knowledge of subject assessment, principles of learning and teaching, and in their teaching foundations. AU's Dean of the Dwight Schar College of Education, Dr. James Van Kuren, stated that this is the first time AU has had a 100% passing rate.
A Kenyan native shared his African culture with AU students on Wednesday. A student at the Ashland Theological Seminary, Wilson Marimi, spoke at the World Cafe in the Eagle's Nest. Marimi's speech included history, geography, foods, religion, and other cultural examples from Kenya. Foods and other Kenyan dishes were on hand for the audience to sample. A former educator, Marimi hails from Meru in central Kenya. He hopes to return home someday and open a school for orphans.
Do you have a great idea but have nothing to do with it? Well, the AU Business Concept Competition might be the perfect event for you. The competition is sponsored by Morgan Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. It is open to all AU undergraduate students who can compete individually or in a team up to 4 people. If you have an idea that can improve an existing product, create your own, or simply want to turn an idea into an opportunity, then this is the competition for you. There are cash prizes up to $500, and the winner advances to the Entrepreneurial Education Consortium in Northeast Ohio to compete for $5,000. It is free to enter. Simply submit a concept paper by March 2nd.
An Ashland University student will have his business featured on the Western Reserve Show on PBS. Sophomore education major Colton Penwell is a partner in Albert Entertainment. The company is based in Shelby, Ohio, and provides lighting and sound for a variety of events throughout the area. The business was created in 2004 by 3 high school students. It has continued to grow and become more popular in the area since then. The show, Who's Your Boss, will air on Sunday, February 21st at 6:30 p.m. It will feature Penwell and other local entrepreneurs. Colton Penwell is a sophomore education major at AU. After he graduates, he hopes to get a job close to home, teaching in the Shelby local school district. Up next, Alltel customers in the area may no longer have cell phone coverage, and job cuts are now in the near future for Ashland Job and Family Services Department. Find out more when we return. It's all coming up next on Ashland Tonight News.
Can you tell them to slow down the concert?
Our children want to know everything about the world around them. And yet sometimes what they discover makes them feel vulnerable and insecure. In times like these, they need the comfort of an adult the honesty of parents. And playtime to help them deal with their feelings and fears. Time that will literally heal their hearts. The gift of imagination allows children to see a better world. Playtime allows them a chance to practice creating it. Don't underestimate the power of play.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
Roger that, everything looks good. I am the rescuer in the dark. It's okay, I got you. I am the enforcer of the seas.
United States Coast Guard, T2 and prepare to deploy.
Here we go, do it now. Put your hands in the air. United States Coast Guard. Do not resist.
Get in there! Get in there!
We are the defenders of the homeland. We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Heed your country's call. Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve, the shield of freedom.
Welcome back. If you have a cell phone through Alltel, the Ashland branch may be closing soon. The merger of Verizon Wireless and Alltel was completed on January 9th. The agreement gave Verizon Wireless control of the Alltel network. Executives are saying this merger could result in the end of Ashland's Alltel service coverage. Verizon will combine several Alltel markets with its own, but it will sell 105 of the markets, and Ashland is on the list. Existing Alltel customers will be receiving notifications via the mail, whether or not this will affect their plan.
Although the rate of unemployment is climbing higher, the economic recession still has hit the Richland County Job and Family Services. Richland County's JFS is awaiting the elimination of 11 positions in June, despite the number of people seeking aid through the office. The number of applications received by the office has doubled from the 500 claims in 2007 to more than 1,000 at the end of 2008. According to data from the Bureau of Labor, the number of welfare recipients in the state of Ohio has risen about 4.4%, and the number of food stamp recipients has risen 9%. The office has already lost 13 employees in 2008, which means longer lines. JFS Director Charlene Newman said they are doing their best, taking everything one day at a time.
A Mount Gilead boy is recovering after being shot early Monday morning. The 7-year-old boy and his 9-year-old brother were playing with a 12-gauge shotgun around 2:30 a.m. The gun went off and a bullet pierced the lower part of the boy's right leg. He was taken to Morrow County Hospital and then flown by helicopter to Nationwide's Children's Hospital in Columbus. The boy underwent surgery and faces additional procedures to repair extensive tissue damage to his leg.
It's been a month since President Obama has taken office. Is it fair to say that he has followed through on his promise of change? So far, it seems so. The economic stimulus package that Obama promised was finally achieved last week. The package includes things such as tax cuts, tax incentives, and public work projects. The package was approved for $838 billion, which is about $40 billion less than Obama was hoping for initially. Obama has also set up a high-level task force to steer the reconstructing of the big three automakers. The task force is a product of the $17.4 billion bailout for the auto industry funded by taxpayers. It was recognized by Congress and Obama that a strong auto industry is essential to an economic recovery. It seems we have a lot to look forward to in the future if this first month tells us anything about Obama's term as president. This week has gone from rain to sun to snow. Stay tuned for weather updates with Leland the Weatherman Gottlieb coming up next to find out what we can expect for this weekend. Ashland Tonight News will be right back.
Every day, someone is being bullied. And every day, someone else is a bully. It can happen anywhere at any time, and it has become one of your child's greatest fears. There is no profile of a bully. Bullies come in all shapes and sizes, and so do the people they bully. Having a daily conversation with your child and staying in touch may be the key to bully prevention. Find out how you can help by calling for free information. Make time to listen, take time to talk about bullying.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
We have seen the faces of suffering in Sudan, in Darfur. Hundreds of thousands killed, more than 2 million people torn from their homes, exiles in their own country, forced into camps of hunger and isolation. But we have seen the strength of a mother's hands. We have seen the hope in a child's face. Catholic Relief Services is on the ground, in the camps, providing the basics of life: food, water, shelter. The need is urgent. The choice we face is simple: watch as another chapter of tragedy is added to human history, or act now to stop the dying and keep alive the promise of a better future. Millions of Sudanese still wait for their stories to end with hope. That hope begins with you. Find out how you can help at helpcrs.org/Darfur.
Tonight News. I am Leland, the weatherman Gottlieb, bringing you, yes, Ashland's weather. Well, folks, it seems like every Thursday I have the same news for you in the wonderful world of weather. We had a cold front sweep through the eastern 2/3 of the country with a powerful low pressure system. And with that, we had some pretty hefty rain totals yesterday, and now behind it we have that northerly Canadian air bringing in those snow showers and powerful winds. Behind it, though, it looks like pretty clear with an exception of a high pressure system. But don't be fooled by this, because to the north there is a powerful low pressure system which will move down here by this weekend, and we could be dealing with another major snowstorm. So keep your eyes on that. Now let's take a look at those temperatures. We can see that temperatures have dropped off quite a bit in the last couple of days. We're sitting at 20 degrees in Cleveland. Here in Ashland, we're actually only at 19 degrees. And if you take a look upstream, in Michigan, we can see temperatures in the lower teens, and this will work down into our area this evening and tomorrow, so it will be a bitterly cold weekend. And with these cold temperatures, of course, just like the rest of the winter, we have those hefty winds, making it even colder to the skin. The winds are actually in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range, like last week. However, we're not going to see wind gusts over 40 or 50 miles per hour, so we don't have to worry about any knocked over trees or things of that matter. Now let's take a look at that all-important 3-day forecast, and we can see temperatures will be consistent in the upper 20s and low 30s with some snow showers every day. That's all I have for weather. Here's Brendan with sports.
Thanks, Lee. I'm Brendan Bittner, and now let's get to all the action in AU sports. The women's basketball team had a 4-game winning streak entering Saturday's game at Lake Superior State. The key word, though, is had. The Eagle offense froze in the Upper Peninsula in a 72-55 loss to the Lakers. Ashland shot just 26% from the field in the game and hit on just 3 of 16 threes. The game was loaded with 40 fouls, and the teams combined to make 43 free throws. Jacqueline Armstrong led the Lakers with 19 points, while Rachel Portman was the only Eagle in double figures with 12 off the bench, 8 of which from the line. The Eagles are home tonight against Wayne State at 5:30 at Cates Gymnasium. The men's basketball team's losing streak is now at 4 games after dropping a 79-75 decision to Lake Superior State on Saturday. The game was tight throughout, and the Eagles actually led in the final minute, but couldn't close it out in the final minute. They got all the help they could from center Cale Richardson, who put up 18 points and pulled down 20 rebounds. The Lakers shot 51% from the floor, as the Eagles were sent to their 8th loss in the last 10 games. Ashland is home tonight at 7:30 at Cates as they take on Wayne State. Fans are encouraged to join both basketball teams tonight and wear pink to the basketball doubleheader in support of breast cancer awareness. The wrestling team encountered an unusual result against West Liberty on Saturday. The Eagles and Hilltoppers battled to an 18-18 draw. The Toppers won 4 of the first 5 matches, but the Eagles were able to rally from that point. Justin Ferguson picked up an overtime win at 174 pounds, and the Eagles earned a forfeit at 197. With West Liberty up 18-15, AU's Tyler Hawkins in the 285-pound weight class secured a takedown in the final 30 seconds of his match to win 3-2. That brought the final tally to 18. The Eagles are off the mats until March 1st when they'll compete in the NCAA Regionals in Kirkville, Missouri. The AU swimmers finished 4th in the GLIAC Championships last weekend. Grand Valley won the women's side of the meet, while Wayne State took the trophy on the men's side. Maura Anderson and Chewy Vogel each earned spots in the NCAA Championships in Houston from March 11th through the 13th. The men's 800 freestyle relay and women's 200 freestyle relay also earned automatic spots in the meet. Earlier in the meet, the men's 200 freestyle relay team was able to qualify along with Eric Hackinson. The final regular season meet for Ashland will be at the Kenyon Invitational on Saturday. That's all I have for AU Sports, and be sure to head over to Cates Gymnasium after this newscast wearing your best shade of pink to support breast cancer awareness as the men's and women's basketball teams square off with Wayne State. Up next is Molly Miller with tonight's health report. TV2 will be right back.
Hey, honey. You okay?
Jill's pregnant.
Our Jill?
Our Jill. I've been thinking, though, nothing really has to change because when the baby comes, I'll help her. We'll help her, right?
She's just a kid.
We never thought it would happen to us. We didn't know how to best help her through the tough decisions she'd have to make. We found that help. And not just for her, but for us too.
Where there's help, there's hope.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Molly Miller, and I am here with this week's TV2 Health Report. Man's best friend might be saving your life. Numerous studies have been conducted to link our furry friends to our health. Studies show that our four-legged pets can help cardiovascular health. NIH researchers studied 421 heart attack victims that had pets. When they checked up on them 1 year later, the victims that had dogs were healthier. Studies also show that married couples who have at least one furry pet have lower heart rates and blood pressure. Furry friends help more than just our hearts. Pet owners tend to have more social activity than others. It is proven that walking your dog leads to more conversations and social interactions. Numerous studies show that people who have more social relationships live longer, healthier lives. How many of you, when you were children or even now, confided in your furry best friends when something was bothering you because he never did anything but listen and love you? Studies show that this behavior can help children in many ways. Griffin, an expert in childhood development, says when children are asked who they talk to when they get upset, a lot of times their first answer is their pet. This points to the importance of pets as a source of comfort and developing empathy. In fact, therapists and researchers have reported that children with autism are sometimes better able to interact with pets, and this may help in their interactions with people. The benefits of animal interaction do not stop there. Although research is still underway to show physical health benefits of therapy dogs, it's obvious to everyone who witnesses the interaction between people and these dogs in clinical environments that the benefits are overwhelming. The patients have an improved mood and reduced anxiety. I hate to break it to you, but that nasty flu bug is still hot and heavy. Tamiflu's tracker shows that our area is still high populated, but the nasty flu influenza virus. On a chart from 0 to 10, 0 being no flu bugs and 10 being extreme, we're located at a 9. In order to bring that number down, be sure to wash your hands, use a tissue, and if you have the bug, give your friends a late Valentine's Day present by watching who you breathe on. That's all with Health Tonight. We'll toss it to Marina Santos with the latest Hollywood news. Marina?
Thanks, Molly. I'm Marina Santos, and let's take a look at this week's edition of TV2 Entertainment. The R&B star Rihanna still has not scheduled any public appearances after her tragic incident last week. The singer was taken to the hospital on February 8th with visible bruises on her face. Rihanna and her now ex-boyfriend Chris Brown started fighting after a pre-Grammy party on Saturday night. Chris Brown was arrested on suspicion of making criminal threats, and he had to pay $50,000 to be bailed out of jail. Brown's publicist said the singer has no comments. Usher's wife is finally out of the hospital after spending 11 days recovering from what could have been a tragedy. Tamika Raymond suffered cardiac and respiratory arrest, and she had to be revived by the doctors on February 6. The complications happened while Raymond was getting ready for a liposuction procedure in São Paulo, Brazil. Usher and his wife have declined to release any details on her condition. An accident in Tracy Morgan's apartment will make him think twice before buying another fish. Morgan's residence in Manhattan got on fire on Tuesday morning. The sprinklers were activated and the New York Fire Department rushed to the area to make sure the fire was contained. The third rock star blamed a defective fish tank for starting the fire. Fortunately, the damages were minimal and nobody was injured, not even the fish. And now let's take a look at our top 5 box office hits. At the number 5 spot is the 3D animated movie Carolina. Confessions of a Shopaholic with Isla Fisher lands the number 4 spot. And the number 3 spot is the thrilling action movie Taken. The celebrity-packed movie He's Just Not That Into You takes the number 2 spot. And the number 1 movie of the past week is the horror sequel Friday the 13th. Well, that's it for this week's Entertainment Report. I'm Marina Santos, and TV2 will be back after the break.
You ask. Dad? Dad? Will you please play ball with us?
No, not right now, son. I gotta finish painting. I put it off way too long already.
Come on.
Life's magic moments are waiting if you'll only try.
Son, let me show you how to swing that bat. Put that off too long, too.
To show them that you care with the time you take to share. So don't ever let the magic pass you by.
It's often life's small moments that bring the greatest memories. Don't let the magic pass you by.
Don't let the magic pass you by.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And now, another fact of Congress. When you were in kindergarten, did you play well with others? How would you grade Congress? Congress deals with many difficult issues, so we should expect some disagreements. But sometimes lawmakers get a little out of hand. Incivility and rudeness make it impossible to get anything done, and when nothing gets done, the government shuts down. The result, bad laws that affect us all. Civility doesn't mean that lawmakers have to agree with each other, just that they should respect each other. Only when lawmakers respect each other will lawmakers find common ground. When you're civil to someone else, good things happen. And that's another fact of Congress.
Welcome back to Ashland 2-Night News.
Just a reminder, this weekend is Sibs and Kids Weekend. If you have a little brother or sister coming to stay with you, make sure you check out the Snakes Alive show. You can also stop by the rec center for the dive-in movie and relax for the night at the Delta Zeta Spa Party.
And don't forget to stop by Kate's Gymnasium tonight to cheer on our Eagles as they rival Wayne State. And make sure you support the fight for the cure of breast cancer by wearing your pink. So, what's everybody up to this weekend?
Well, I'm having my cousin come and stay for Kids and Sibs weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that.
That's exciting. Well, since I don't have any younger siblings, I'm just going to relax with my friends and watch some movies.
Great.
I'm going to go home and take my little brother out on a date there. He won't be here, but we'll be together.
Well,
my brother's too cool to come, so I'm just going to catch up on some homework.
Sounds good.
Well, you guys, that does it for tonight's Ashland TV2 News.
We would just like to thank our TV2 crew, and if you're interested in helping out with Ashland's TV station, you can email us at tv2@ashland.edu.
And don't forget to join us next Thursday at 4:30 for your weekly newscast.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.